The gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Gottheimer, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member. Chairman, thank you so much for being here. On August 2025, executive order aims to increase access to, and I quote, competitive returns and asset diversification necessary for everyday Americans to secure a dignified, comfortable retirement. This order directs the Secretary of Labor to consult with the SEC to carry out its policy objectives. How is the SEC coordinated with the Department of Labor on this executive order so far?
Well, we're actively working with them and the Department of Treasury on these issues, and it's an important, very important matter.
Thank you. The order also directs the SEC to revise existing regulations and guidance relating to, quote, accredited investors and qualified purchaser status. Do you expect the SEC to pursue changes to these definitions?
We'll certainly look at them and see whether they need adjusting given passage of time, and there's a lot of, obviously, a lot of different ideas as far as, what's an appropriate way to decide who's accredited and who's not.
Thank you. Switching gears a little bit, there's been much discussion about the SEC's forthcoming digital asset innovation exemption. You've said that this exemption will, quote, allow registrants and non-registrants to quickly go to market with new business models and services that do not neatly fit within our existing rules and regulations. Just yesterday, the founder of the SafeMoon token was sentenced to 8 years in prison for conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and new services like Pump.Fun make it very easy to launch tokens backed by absolutely nothing. I believe we need clear guardrails and rules of the road for digital asset innovation to flourish in the United States, but we also have to have strong consumer protections. Can you discuss the timing and scope of the innovation exemption and how you're building consumer protections into it?
Yes. Well, so fraud is fraud, whether it happens, in the crypto world or in paper certificates, and so we take that very seriously. And like you say, that really is a detriment to investor confidence if we're not active in that area. So with respect to the innovation exemption, it will be, when we come out, the goal is to make it a cabined, limited time type of exemption, but to allow innovators to operate in that within those limits and under supervision.
But you're concerned, like I am, about these tokens backed by nothing, like these Pump.Fun type things, right? I assume that's not what the SEC wants.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think it's very important we keep an eye on that. Obviously, we want innovation, but we also don't want scam artists out there and hucksters pushing stuff online, and I think we have to be very careful about that. The SEC has rightly been spending a lot of time and attention on digital assets, but there are many other opportunities for updating and modernization. Electronic record-keeping rules, e-delivery, cross-trading, form PF reporting for private funds, co-investment by open-end mutual funds, and many other areas are ripe, in my opinion, for modernization. Are these initiatives in your SEC still getting appropriate attention? How do you and your staff prioritize them, and how are you thinking about them?
Well, we have a lot on our plate, obviously, but I'm really very pleasantly surprised coming back to the SEC how gung-ho the staff is and all the divisions to dive into these. I think we've restored confidence in the morale of the agency, and people are leaning into it.
Yeah, and I think the modernization piece is key, right? I think there's a lot of opportunity to do it. I appreciate that you've previously recognized that tokenized securities are and will continue to be securities. Would you agree that market-making activity of tokenized securities should be treated in similar manner to traditional financial market-making activity?
Yeah, well, those are those big issues of how to adjust the rules to deal with a new reality. But we definitely are looking in to that in our trading and markets area, and we've been having roundtables, in this regard, and working obviously with the CFTC on it as well.
Thank you. Digital asset market actors consistently tell us that regulatory fragmentation between the SEC and CFTC creates uncertainty, discourages responsible innovation, and drives activity offshore. I appreciate the steps you've been taking in the CFTC to harmonize definitions and disclosure standards and supervisory expectations to reduce regulatory fragmentation. Can you discuss some of the challenges that market actors face navigating across conflicting regulatory frameworks?
Yeah, well, I like to use an analogy of SEC, CFTC, two fortresses with a no man's land in between. So traditionally, that field there, that no man's land, is littered with the bodies of would-be products that could never really make it through that gauntlet. So we are, out to change that and to work in harmony.
Thank you so much. I yield back.